Hi, you guys. Hello, hello. Should be good. Say hi in the chat if you're here. Let's see what's going on. How is everybody doing? So happy Tuesday. Like it's Tuesday, right? This is going to be yin yoga, so I'll talk a little bit more once it gets closer to starting time. If you would like to have a blanket, sometimes it's helpful to have a blanket that you can fold and use, or some sort of like cushion. I have a bolster, or you can use like a pillow off your couch or a pillow from your bed. So you might want to have those things nearby. Not a big deal if you don't have them, but sometimes it's helpful. Hi, Jamie. Thanks. Yeah, I wasn't here last week, so I'm back to my house. Okay, we'll get started in a second. A lot of the times, people either think of yin as, oh, it's just stretching or it's just relaxing. It can get a little bit intense, and that's okay. So we want to find kind of that edge of sensation where it's a little bit of uncomfortable without causing real pain, just like maybe a slight discomfort of stretching, and then see if we can find stillness. And sometimes that stillness can be more uncomfortable than the stretch, the shape, just having to sit with the stillness. So think about that as you're moving through your practice tonight, and just really make an effort towards some stillness. I know that we're spending a lot of time maybe indoors in our houses, but even then it can be chaotic. So sometimes it helps to find some stillness. Like I said before, if you aren't on already, if you need a pillow or something, grab it. If you want a blanket, a folded blanket, grab it. Otherwise, we will get started in an easy seat. So you can find cross legs. Go ahead and sit up tall. Place your hands on your knees. You might just rest the wrists on the knees or the thighs. You can even fold your hands in your lap. Once you sit up really tall, let your eyes close. Right here, as soon as you drop into stillness, you start to notice things. Maybe the grounding of the hips, any effort it takes to keep the upper body lifted, the shoulders soft. Some length through the neck, tall spine. Maybe some effort to keep your eyes closed. It's always an urge to want to peek around. Take just a few moments here to notice the breath moving in and out through the nose. Notice if you're trying to control or change that breath in any way, just let it be natural. Notice the air as it brushes past the upper lip, moving in and out through the nose. Even now, if the body has tried to fidget or the mind maybe wandered, bring it back. Bring the attention back to the breath. This mindfulness, a little bit of meditation can be really beneficial to the body. There have been studies that can do things like reduce inflammation and even improve your immune system, which we all need right now. So, a little bit of stillness and quiet. Observe the breath a few moments more. Take a big inhale through the nose. Your exhale, you can blink your eyes open. If you're using your mat, turn and face the front of the mat, and you can roll over the shins. Come to hands and knees. From there, walk the legs back so you can lie down onto the belly, setting up for Sphinx pose. So you bring the elbows underneath the shoulders, and don't let them come out too far. So elbows underneath the shoulders, forearms are pretty parallel, hands pressing down into the ground. The low back is really sensitive. You might slide the arms out a little bit. You don't want the elbows tucked underneath you though, so make sure they're out at least underneath the shoulders or a little bit further forward. And from here, there's a slight lift to your chest, but you're not working to lift through the head and the chest. You can just let the neck find an easy position, gazing slightly forward and down. Then close the eyes and notice the breath. Staying in this shape a little while, see if you can find the stillness here and observe your breath. A lot of these shapes may not generate a lot of sensation right at first, but that sensation can build and really become intense over time. It's where the breath becomes your tool. So use the breath to stay calm, to just observe how those sensations shift and change. Take a big inhale. And as you exhale, slowly lower your chest all the way down to the mat, walking your hands out. You can turn your head to the right, so you're resting on the left cheek, the left ear. Then from there, you might slide the right knee out to the side. Just opening through your hip, releasing through the low back. I'm going to move slowly in and out of all of these shapes. Really just giving yourself time to observe any sensation, any thoughts bubbling up in the mind. The right leg can stretch long to meet the left. Press the hands underneath the shoulders, rise up to hands and knees. And from there, go ahead and sit back on your heels. Okay, you're moving into saddle pose. So sitting right here on the feet may be enough. If this is too much, take a book and wedge it underneath your bum, or take that cushion you took from the couch and you can widen the legs and put that underneath your bum. That might be enough on your knees and your hips to just sit upright like this. The next level would be to wiggle the feet a little bit wider. So maybe you sit in between the feet. So your bum might come down close to the ground, if not on the ground. You can stay sitting upright here. Again, if you have an injury or a problem with maybe one knee or the other, that leg can always come out and be straight. But if you can, go ahead and try this pose with both legs folded today. If this is pretty comfortable sitting upright, go ahead and walk your hands back. Begin to lean back on the hands. From there, you may be able to drop down to the elbows. We'll be here for a little while, so even if you start sitting upright, after a little bit, you might begin to walk your hands back as the legs release and open. From there, you might be able to drop down to the elbows or even lying down on your back. The hips and legs are pretty open. You might be able to start lying on your back. Wherever you're at, close the eyes. Find some stillness. Keep the breath even and smooth. This edge here, this discomfort can make you want to shy away, but can you try to breathe into it? Try to stay. If the pain isn't sharp or too intense, it's just a dull stretch, a dull ache. Stay with it a little bit longer. Moving in slow motion, like you're not in a rush to get out of the pose. If you're lying back or maybe on the forearms, wiggle up to the hands. And then walk your hands in front of you and come to child's pose. So the knees stay bent, but you might wiggle them wider. Hips sink back toward the heels, hands walk out. Just notice where in your body maybe it feels a little bit warmer. Any sensations like tingling, a rush of energy as you released the shape. Inhale up to hands and knees. And walk your legs back again so you can lie down onto your belly. Another round of Sphinx pose here. And so plant your forearms. You can start here, stay here. You're feeling a little bit more open after the last round of this. Always an option to walk the hands a little bit wider, maybe toward the corners of your mat. And press into the hands, begin to lift up for a seal pose. The toes can slide a little bit wider here. Whether you're on the forearms or pressing into your hands, find an easy place for the head. Not looking too high, not letting the head hang all the way down, just gazing slightly forward and down. Once you find that comfortable position, maybe allow the eyes to close. Even breath. Calm mind. Keep striving for stillness. Just observe if the sensations get more intense. Breathe into what you're feeling. Keep the breath even more powerful. Or in your forearms, you can gently, slowly lower the chest down. If you're on your hands, move even slower. Begin to bend the elbows gently. Notice maybe the rush of energy in the low back. Let your elbows tap down and then slowly, slowly lower the chest down to the mat. This time, turn your head to the left. The right ear, the right cheek presses into your mat. And then you can slide your left knee out to the side. Let the body sink heavy into the ground. Take a few full deep breaths. Slide the left leg long to meet the right. Rise up to hands and knees. And come to a seated position. Bring the soles of the feet together. Knees open out to the sides. In other styles of yoga, like Ashtanga, we slide the feet very close into the hips, but here you can kind of adjust the distance of the feet, maybe moving them a little bit farther away. Rest your hands on the feet as you inhale, sit up really tall. And exhale, begin to walk the hands forward for a butterfly pose. So we're not trying to work with the upper body. The arms are just hanging heavy. Not trying to hold up any weight. The spine is rounded. The chin is tucked. Use your breath to melt away any resistance in the low belly, the hips, the legs, wherever you're holding on to maybe some tension, resisting the forward fold. Just notice how the shape changes over time with your breath. When you let go of resistance. Sometimes you can sink a little bit more. Very, very slowly walk your hands and roll up through the spine. You can place the hands behind you, plant the feet wide on the mat, about the width of your mat toward the edges, and just let the knees sway side to side. Few windshield wiper motions through the legs, just releasing in the hips. From the full butterfly shape, we're going to move into some half butterfly shapes. I'm going to turn and face you just so you can see a little bit better. I'm going to mirror, hopefully it works out. So keep your right leg long. Pull the left heel in. Begin to walk your hands over to frame the right foot, right leg, and then round and fold over your right leg. At first, just turning the chest so it falls over the leg. Continuing to walk the hands out as you maybe sink in a little bit deeper. So notice where you feel the shape to start. And an option here to stay folding forward over your leg, or you can roll the chest open and create a side bend. So you might reach your left arm up and over toward the toes. Not working through the arms here though, just walking the hands out, feeling a stretch through the side body. Maybe even resting the top arm along the head, the ear. And then slowly roll up to seated. And again, you can lean back on the hands, plant the feet, let the knees sway side to side. Opening through the hips before we move on to the second side. And come back to your butterfly shape. This time you'll extend the left leg long. The right foot stays folded in. Turn your chest to start. So walk the hands over, frame the leg, and begin to just walk out, roll through your spine. It does not matter how far you fold. Your job is to find some sort of resistance, some edge in your body, wherever it is, and then just breathe into it, finding stillness there. You can stay here folding forward over the leg, or you can roll the chest open to create the side bend. So this time, right arm will reach up and over. Chest will roll open. Not working or pulling through the arms, just rolling the shoulder open to move where you feel maybe that resistance, that stretch. Slowly, slowly begin to roll up. Sit up tall, take a breath, just feel how maybe the energy releases as you release the shape. And then you can plant your feet, lie back on the hands, let your knees sway side to side. This time, open the legs to a wide straddle. Just find a comfortable straddle in your body. You don't need to really work and pull the legs back. Find a comfortable place. Make sure the knees and the toes are facing the sky. Take an inhale, sit up really tall. Then an exhale, begin to walk your hands out in front of you. This may be enough. This might be where you find your sense, your edge, the edge of sensation, resistance. Sitting up pretty tall. If you can, walk out A little bit farther, maybe coming down to the forearms. You can always walk the hands all the way out, maybe even reaching the arms out toward the feet, bringing the head down, resting maybe the chest on the floor. Notice where you're resisting the shape in your body. Are you holding on in your belly? Are you shying away from feeling something? You let go of that and lean in a little bit. Let it be uncomfortable. Your breath will get you through. From wherever you're at, begin to walk the hands in so slowly. Roll up through the spine. Once you're sitting tall, just take a moment and feel everything there is to feel. Notice your hips, your legs. And one last time, plant the hands behind you. Let the knees sway side to side. And bring the legs back together. In front of you, two straight legs. Moving into the caterpillar shape. So you can begin to walk the hands down the shins, maybe resting hands outside of the legs. If this is really uncomfortable in the low back, a couple of options are to sit on that folded blanket or maybe a cushion, or you can even bend your knees. Do whatever feels right. If you can, though, try to keep the legs straight if the low back isn't sensitive. And then just walk the hands out to that point of resistance. You're not holding on, pulling, bouncing. Hang the head heavy, round through the spine. Soften through the belly and the shoulders and close your eyes. let the shape evolve here over the next several minutes. Use the breath to keep the mind calm, to help you keep your body still. Just see where that takes you. Again, check in. Where are you resisting? Where are you holding back? Can you let that tension go? Can you release? Keep breathing. Keep breathing a little while longer. Resist the urge to rush. as you begin to slowly, slowly walk your hands in. A lot of sensation maybe in the backs of the legs or the hips or in the spine, but try to move slowly. Just find a tall spine. Notice how the body feels. And walk your hands behind you. Keep your legs long and just lift up through the heart. Find a little back bend here. And from there, you can walk the hands back so you come to lying down. Lie down on the back. It might feel good to plant the feet. Just kind of feel the low back press down onto the ground for a few moments. There's space between the big toes. Walk the feet very close together. So they're close to your hips, but also big toes are touching, heels are touching. From there, cross your right leg over the left. So we're not going for a figure four, we're going for a knee over knee, thigh over thigh. So really close cross, no space. If you want, you can even hook the toe that's comfortable in your body. Then lift both knees up toward your chest. Let the knees fall over to the left as your head rolls to the right and the arms extend out to a T for twisted roots. Notice how the shoulders stay grounded into the mat. Allow your eyes to close, even though the head is rolling, looking to the right. Eyes are closed, breath is soft. Go ahead, inhale the knees up through the center. Then uncross the right leg, planting both feet close together. And change sides. Left leg crosses over the right this time, knee over knee, thigh over thigh. You can hook the toes if you want. Hug the knees in toward your chest and then let both knees fall over to the right. as your head rolls to the left. Left shoulder stays pretty grounded down. And inhale your knees up through the center. And then take an exhale, uncross the legs. Pull both knees into your chest. Just make some gentle circles. And go one way. And maybe change directions. Circling the knees, feeling the low back. Press down, get a little massage. And our last and most important shape of class, Shavasana. If you have your cushion and you want to slide it underneath the knees, that's fine. Extend the legs long. Let your hands fall by your sides. Scan the body from the crown of the head through the soles of the feet. Releasing any tension. A natural breath now with the eyes closed. I'll stay with you for just a few moments of Shavasana. Let you know when it's time to move again. Take rest. Big inhale. Exhale, side out. Bring some movement back to your body, maybe circling through the feet and the wrists, reaching overhead for a long stretch. You can gently roll off to one side or rock up and find an easy seat. Allow the eyes to stay closed a little while longer. Press your palms together in front of your heart. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, fold forward, seal your practice. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, blink your eyes open. Namaste. Thanks for being here, you guys. Hopefully everybody sleeps well tonight and feels a little bit more restful this evening. I dropped the ball. I realized like 3 poses in, I didn't tell you to put on music. I didn't tell you to get a drink if you wanted to, but I figure by now everybody's old pros. So thanks for being here. If you didn't already say hi, you can say hi in the chat before I stop the video. Yay, thanks, Yosi. I'm glad you got a run in. I got outside today too. It was so nice. Okay, let's see. Announcements. Mackenzie is teaching at 9:30 tomorrow. I think she's doing an Ashtanga style practice, maybe with a little bit of remix. The next class like this, the next yin style class will be Friday. Andy does yin and juice. I think it's at 6:30. I will see you there if you go to that. And I teach next on Saturday at 9:30 for slow flow. If you have any requests of like poses you want to work on, things you're confused about that you're like, I wish I knew how to do this, reach out on Instagram or any other social media, or leave a comment, I guess, on this video, and I will try to incorporate that into a future class. Otherwise, that is all I got for you. Have an awesome night, you guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.